Hello and welcome.
Hello. Did you block me or something?
No, I can still hear you. No, I'm sorry. I was just
You put me
composing
on
myself
silent or something.
because you just you just interrupted my intro once again. Anyway,
You said
right,
hello, so I said hello. Was it standard, normal human conversation?
we're on like episode. Fuck.
13, 1, 3. We also did episode 0, so this is episode 14.
Wait,
Don't-
no, this is episode. Wait, which one did you say? 13?
14, 13.
No,
depends how you-
it's third. The Catherine's Tears.
We did an episode 0 as well, though. So this is our 14th
No,
time recording this.
Shit. Right. Anyway, I've been naming. Let's fuck. No, but I know I number these based on the episode of the anime.
Yeah, so episode 0.
There was an episode.
Yeah.
This is the 14th
Hello.
episode. Right. Anyway, right. As intros go, I'm sure that's fucking awesome. It's a slick podcast. Everything is just amazing. Everything just works. Anyway, episode 13, Catherine's Tears. We've watched this and we're going to rewatch this and talk about this. Shall we begin?
Yeah.
Just watching the intro.
Just a beat. Communication.
Getting a good view of Hero covering his face. This episode was something else.
You really disliked this. You were upset by so many things.
And I will get to it. You actually had to stop me. He's like, leave it for the podcast.
Yeah. You're having a meltdown.
You don't think that was justified?
No, I get it. But
we will see.
It's also not real. It's just a cartoon.
Oh. Did you just throw the fucking parents like if it's just a cartoon? We're doing a whole podcast on this, man. It's just a cartoon. What's wrong with you? Like, you think about it, right? We have this nostalgia for this.
Yeah.
Like, I love anime. I watch a lot of anime nowadays as well, right? In my middle age. And so we're forcing ourselves in a sense to watch through this. I mean, it's fun, but it's also like terrible at the same time.
Yeah.
So when the level of terrible goes up a notch, I mean, I'm genuinely just like, come on, guys. Anyway, we've got they're doing a little intro. They're talking about what's happened in the previous episodes. Oz taking over, the Gundams getting their arses handed to them. The Alliance basically becoming like rebels. The resistance against Oz.
Yeah, there's rebels and resistance. In some way, Oz is the most sophisticated of the resistance.
Yeah, because they have like the remnants of the Alliance. Look at that smile. Hero looks so happy. He murdered a bunch of there were soldiers, but like it was like a civilian plane. Anyway, we get a recap of Hero talking to Troa saying, "There's nothing wrong with following your emotions," and he, like, what are you fucking talking about? Anyway, Catherine's Tears. Wait, Catherine without an E? Catherine's. Yeah. Anyway, we see the Togis on a plane about to be launched for testing, and they have this I find it interesting that they launched the Togis head first. Like, they don't need to do that, and it seems absurd because it has normal thrusters.
Yeah, and one of the things about this episode is it almost felt like a filler episode. There was no main characters in the first half. They reused so much footage again and again. Like him falling out head first is reused within this very episode. They just changed the background, but the animation of the falling is all reused.
I think what you are not aware of is
I know they all cartoons do that.
There's repeat animation.
I know all cartoons do that, but it's like, I don't know, it's like subtle often, whereas it felt like I've seen it in previous episodes and it's kind of subtle and whatever, and I get it's animation, but here it's it feels very just lazy.
Yeah, well, I mean, I feel like there's there's more you can talk about in terms of laziness. Anyway, like it's weird. Maybe I shouldn't have watched this again. Maybe I should have kept that lovely picture I had in my head of what the memories I had in my head of what this was. But I'm still enjoying it. Anyway, the Togis. The whole point of this exercise is to demonstrate that Zex has mastered using the Togis at full strength, like all the G forces, all the crazy requirements. I think it's like feeding things into his head in terms of what to do or something. It does something weird, like the Gundams do. Anyway, he demonstrates that, makes a couple of like soldiers in a base shit themselves. Wait, is this the Victoria base? I feel like that's the same guy.
Yeah, it's the Victoria
It's the
base.
Victoria base. So he's testing on the Victoria base. Oh yeah. Because we meet some new characters in a second who come to pick up Zex. So it makes sense. Like, and they were at the Victoria.
Yeah, they came to Victoria base.
So anyway, Zex is sitting there like, so pleased with himself. He's like, I've mastered the Togis. Yes, I will be able to do this. And then we meet some new characters
with sunglasses, but like
it's like glasses,
blue and red or something, isn't it?
I think it's just supposed to be like fancy goggles that basically just look like glasses.
Yeah, but it's like, for people that stare at screens for a long time, there was a trend for a while where people wore stuff like that.
Anyway, this guy is codenamed Red Cancer. Him and he's got like I don't know what would be a platoon or a group of Oz soldiers are attacking a base in the Somalia. I can't remember. It's like some African base that I think is it's basically Alliance rebels or previous Alliance soldiers. Some base for them. Anyway, they're attacking it. I think they ask for. They asked to surrender. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, do you see how he appeared in the screen? I felt like he just like zoomed it, like he like slid in.
Yeah, I know.
Did you see that? Yeah, the general just sliding. Anyway,
like they've literally got a white flag.
Oh shit! The guys are standing. I didn't notice that
on the beach with a white flag.
Right, with a white flag, and so the general, the head of the base, is saying we're preparing to surrender to Oz, and then this guy goes, "Surrender? I think you misunderstand. This is an execution." And then he basically fires missiles at the people that were injured on the beach with the flag, blows everyone up, and just destroys the rest of the base. Also, he has a partner in crime. He's like, time to be baptized into a new name. Another guy they're both wearing glasses, actually.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's how you identify them.
Oh, weird. Why are they both wearing glasses?
Blue glasses to look at their blue screens because they're like high tech and cool.
So to me, this shows that, Oz is like split up into like, well, it has its different, what would you call it?
Yeah, so they call themselves the 33 Independent Unit or something.
It has its different units, but it feels like this is not, so one of the guys is called Müller, right? Müller. I can't remember what the other guy's called, but it seems like they have these units that do whatever the fuck they want.
They're given a rough brief. They're like, stop the alliance, because they're like, what, North Africa and Somalia or something. Alex and Müller.
Alex and Müller.
So they will have been told, go control the alliance in North Africa and Somalia. That's your remit. Get control of all those bases and bring them under Oz rule. And this whole thing of having the word independent in their title, I think it's a very like, either the higher ups are deliberately like, don't ask, don't tell. However you go about getting that done is fine. Or the organization is so big that they can't really keep a handle on what smaller individual levels are doing.
I feel like this is on purpose, and I was talking to you about this before, because if you look at Lady Anne, who's very close to Zex, right? Is it Zex? Yeah, Zex Marquis.
Lady Anne and Trez Christian and Ada.
That's it, Trez. I was thinking, I don't know, Zex was in my head. So Trez, right? She's very close to him. And she just does a bunch. He tells her, like, do this, right? And then she does a bunch of stuff in a stupid, horrible way. And he goes, by the way, you shouldn't have done it that way. And he knows that she was going to do it. I think it's just the way they operate.
He uses people as, like, useful idiots.
But, like, yeah, because it's, like, plausible deniability. I didn't ask her to do it that way.
Yeah.
But he knows that she'll get the results that he needs, right? And so I think it's on purpose, the way this is structured. But these guys, apparently they were, so you find out they were taught by Noin, Lieutenant Noin, who's the person that's, I think she's madly in love with Zex.
Yeah.
But she's off doing other stuff. It's like because they've came to the Victoria base to get more soldiers, and the Victoria base
that historically was her training base.
And then they said we don't have soldiers here. We're using this as a maintenance base. And like, what? Give us soldiers. So anyway, we kind of split to Zex looking at analysis of the fight with 01. Also analyzing. No, I think they found out that the pilot, apparently the computer program, the software is analyzing it, says the pilot wasn't human to be able to do what he did. And then Zex is like, shit. I just thought the pilot was, relying on the Gundam's abilities. He's like, oh no, the pilot's shit hot too. Damn, because he's like, I just leveled up, but this guy's actually like higher still. No.
It's your classic Goku and Vegeta.
I know that he's Vegeta.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
He's Vegeta.
Hero is a Goku. Such a weird.
Yeah.
He is stupid. But I love Goku though. I'm not saying that I don't. But anyway.
Right. The top 5 characters. Let's give them a Dragon Ball equivalent. So if Hero has to be Goku, Troa is Piccolo.
Yeah.
Duo is Krillin.
Yeah.
Wu-Fei's Moody. Who's Moody? Trunks. Old Trunks.
Yeah.
And then
Future Trunks.
Finally.
Catra.
Catra.
Oh, Gohan.
Yeah, Catra's Gohan.
Gohan.
I don't want to fight you. I don't want to fight. Oh, I killed everyone.
Oh shit! I just powered up you on everyone.
Right, so we're back on Gundam Wing, and Alex and Alex Müller have come to say, hey, Zex, why don't you join our mobile suit operation? We want to get some help from the soldiers at this base. And he's like, fine. And they're like, huh? We didn't expect you to say yes.
He says,
like, I join as your subordinate.
And they're like, what? Yeah, that's mental.
I don't understand the thing about him being subordinate.
I don't know why he agreed to that.
Why he said, he brought that up. Why didn't he just say, yeah, this is your operation, you lead. I'll come along and support.
I think because he might have suspected, because he's heard it. So he said, I heard that you are doing something here and there. But he knows that they've been doing some really.
But he was so surprised. When they did do it, he was so surprised. I think it's for the audience.
I think he knows something because he said, I heard about it. And I think the reason why he didn't want to take command is because he would maybe get blamed for. Like, why else would he say, I don't want to take command?
I think the writers did that so that bad things would happen, and it wasn't under Zex's command.
You think it's for the writer? That's bad. That's bad writing.
I think they did it so that we wouldn't say, oh, Zex killed these people. We can say Alex and Müller did it, and then Zex turned around and killed them. Because when they do kill the people that have surrendered,
he is surprised.
He gets so surprised.
He gets so pissed.
I think he's just like, oh yeah, I heard you guys were the ones taking care of Somalia and.
Dude, he knows so much though. He knows about all the dodgy shit that's going on. He does.
I think the writers can't, because
that's
the whole thing is, despite him being on the opposite side to Hero, the writers want us to empathize with him, right?
Yeah, I get that, but that's such bad writing. If that's the case, because it's like we've made him make a weird, a nonsensical decision, which he didn't need to make it at all.
Yeah.
And it's like he didn't need to say I'll be your supporter. So yeah, I will collaborate with you on this mission. Right?
Yeah, you lead. I'll be there for backup.
But he then says I'll be your subordinate for no reason.
Yeah, and I think
he doesn't like them or anything.
So that as an audience we can go, it wasn't Zex that killed those people. It was under the orders of Alex and Müller.
And then on top of that, they use him as a decoy in the mission.
Yeah.
So they send him out, and then the whole point is so they're attacking this well defended base.
My favorite line from this is gonna come up soon. So the Alliance soldiers inside the base are like, use the Naventa cannon, don't let them come any closer. And they're doing all this stuff. And then it's once Zex destroys a bunch of guns and this and that and whatever.
He says something epically.
Yeah.
I feel like it's that must have featured in the trailers for this anime or something. Because I feel like I'm like, this is a cool line. He said everything.
The way he said it so slowly as well.
All right, I don't know if we're talking about the same line. We'll see. Anyway, they fire the Nova. Is it the Nova cannon?
Naventa.
Did they use the Naventa cannon just there?
Yeah.
Right, they fire and it did feck all.
Yeah.
To the Togis, and they're like, what the fuck?
And they're like, oh no, he's not being shot down. So he takes out the Leos, he takes out the cannons, flies around, practices the same maneuvers.
So he's using the super vernier engine.
Yeah. What's wrong? Why aren't you firing the Naventa cannon? The enemy's mobile suit is so fast we can't lock onto it.
Yeah, it's like, oh my god, look at him not moving at all, and somehow they're missing him.
Yeah.
Like if you look at the animation, he's not moving. I know it's supposed to.
And then the Alex
Red-
attacks their like
red
water
cancer.
supply base.
Yeah, they had the
underneath.
gates open to
Yeah.
the water base.
They're attacking from the sea.
From the sea. I never realized.
I never realized this fortress was so fragile.
Yeah, it's just like
That's my favorite line. He's like, oh, I never realized it was so fragile.
there's a bit where he says where I'm like, so it wasn't that line, but yeah, I remember thinking, why would you start thinking that? There's like a heavily fortified base. You just got your asshole, and it's like clearly superior weapon. Anyway, Zex is trying to ask
And look,
them to accept.
the interesting thing here is Zex says surrender. That's what the peace-minded Naventa would have wanted. I've never heard of Naventa. I don't know. They're called Naventa Cannon, but I'm guessing Naventa was their king or something. And Zex is like tuned into the aristocracy in the old days and whatever, right?
No, I think the Naventa cannon just because it's called that for some other reason.
Yeah, but he said that's what your peace-minded Naventa would have wanted. Naventa.
Did he say that?
Yeah,
Oh, I
just
missed that.
now, as when he's told them to surrender, and they're like, "Yeah, okay, we'll surrender," and that's what. Now, look, Zex is super surprised. He's like, "Execution!
So
What are you doing?
They
Look at
agreed.
the animation in my mouth.
They-
The extra lines."
Wait, okay, wait. They agreed to surrender, and then Müller and Alex start firing and continue the fight, and then that's
Yeah.
when so Zex is like, "What are you doing?" It's like, "This is an execution."
It's punishment.
And then the general's like, "Damn you, Oz!"
No
Wait,
one stands a chance against your cruel and immoral methods.
It's a weird thing to say while you're dying, but all right. And then Zex is like, "Stop this! How dare you call yourselves Oz soldiers?" Like, my man, this is the average Oz soldier. What are you talking about? You're the exception to the rule. But anyway, a guy stops. One of the Oz troops stops because Zex tells him to stop, and then, unfortunately, well, I don't know how you want to take this, but like the enemy fire at him and kill him because he stopped. I don't know why that didn't hit Zex though. Zex was like right in front of it. Why did it go for that guy? Anyway.
Dunno.
So Müller and Alex confront Zex and go, "What the fuck is your fault? That guy died." And so they start attacking Zex, even though they know that Zex has a fucking...
And from a writing point of view,
This is stupid.
Zex did not choose to kill them out of punishment.
No, he's
They
defending
attacked him first. So you could even argue it was self-defense.
No, this is self-defense.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I'm saying they're stupid.
Yeah.
So even they know that like they've heard about, they must have heard something about the Togis,
Yeah.
and he went alone and took out the whole base, right, without them. So like, and then they go, "Do you know what? You killed that guy. I'm just going to fire at you straight away." These guys are insane. How are they the head of any group? Anyway, they attack him. Alex gets taken out because he's an idiot, and apparently, like, Müller is the more badass of the two.
No, this is Alex.
No, this is Müller.
No, this is Alex.
No, the other guy was Alex. This is Müller.
Nah.
Yeah. And anyway, Zex is saying that your skills are impressive, but did she just teach you technique? I'm disappointed. You're a bit stupid. And then this guy, Müller or Alex or whatever, is like, "You're so damn perfect." What the fuck is this complaint?
Okay.
And then he splits open the crab.
Yeah, just like anyone
almost-
would open a crab to eat it. Also, look at the Google image. Look at the Google image.
That one, fuck. Right, okay. So Alex. Anyway, next, right, Zex comes back to the Victoria base, just has a normal conversation with the soldier going, "Here's my report. By the way, give this to Noin."
Yeah.
And I'm like, you just attacked your own soldiers. Like, did the rest of the
Yeah,
people...
tell her to reflect on the error of merely teaching techniques.
But like, he just walks off, right? Is he not going to get in trouble for attacking his
he's
own?
too high up. He's like, these two attacked me. I ended them.
And he was a subordinate. That's like, you get court-martial for that. Come on.
I don't think he was a real subordinate. He was like, I'll act like your subordinate.
No, he says, "I'll be your subordinate." Look, I
But
know
he's
we
not
don't
really
we
their
don't see the
subordinate.
paperwork.
They're lieutenants.
We don't see the
He's a
paperwork.
colonel.
Look, that was why they were shocked. He agreed to that. Someone's written that somewhere. Right?
Yeah, but I don't think in actual
It doesn't matter. Like,
it was self-defense
in the
regardless.
operation,
Yeah,
right?
but it was self-defense. Just
And
because
then-
you're subordinate doesn't mean you can't.
there's some of the guys survived. There wasn't like just 3 guys and Zex, right? Because
I think there was. I think that unit was a bit insane. Allow me to present our new performance.
my
We're back
God.
at the circus.
So
now.
anyway, that was ridiculous. Back to the
Yes.
circus
No,
and
there's
Troa.
loads of ridiculousness there.
Right here, Troa has decided to just bring his Gundam
out
to the
That's his
circus.
entire show.
So the Gundam is now standing in the middle of the circus with all. So the circus, what's happening here is all
The
Oz
circus
troops
is
are being
on an Oz
entertained.
base, yeah.
Yeah, they're being entertained by the circus, and Troa's like, "Oh, this is my surprise." And then Catherine goes, "Wow, boss, this is going to be great. Look what he's got. A show like this would bring the house down anywhere." And I'm like, "You are fucking insane,
Does she
Catherine.
not realize?
Is she an
I wonder
idiot?
if she thinks it's a fake.
He
Gundam.
has a giant Gatling gun. What do you
Yeah.
think this is? Did he think that it was like fake? Yeah, as you say, right? Did you think it was just made up?
And
then
then
he,
she starts shooting, and everybody freaks out.
he starts shooting, and remember, that's
And
a
she's like,
massive.
No.
Her eyes like glow like she's an alien or something.
Yeah,
and she's like,
I
Troa.
think those are the titular Catherine's tears.
Those were her teeth. Well, her. Why did her like pupils glow like she was
Because
like?
the eyes watered up.
Maybe she's a machine. Right. Anyway, he starts firing at everything. You know, I'm glad he didn't shoot the people in the show. I thought he was going to do that, which would have been at that close range, but that big a gun would have been.
No, so he
bad.
decides to destroy infrastructure, and then he takes out like mobile suits that are attacking him. I like that footage. It's reused from previous with the
Yeah.
and then
He
turn
shoots
around,
one
this
way
again.
time. Yeah, it's a good shot. But anyway, he's doing this, and Catherine's like,
Like
"Wait,
this, recycle footage like this when it's
Wait.
cool footage." I'm like, this is cool.
this is a good
Yeah.
shot, right? It's showing her eye reflection of him shooting, and she's like, "Oh my god, he's planning to die." She ignores the fact that he's just shot a bunch of like people dead in those suits and stuff, and she runs up to him and she's like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "Stay away, Catherine." Now, there's something happens here that's stupid, right? Which annoys me. Oh, he's planning to self-destruct, and she's like, "Just come down here," like his mum. Now, a soldier, a Leo, gets up. For some reason, sees Catherine, aims for her instead of the Gundam, because she's not next to him, right? Because he comes sideways to
Yeah.
stop it. So, like, it was not even. It was like
It was
he
not
was.
aimed at him.
he
Yeah,
was
because
no
the
way-
first time we saw it, I wondered if it was supposed to be for him. But it's not. He just gets up and he's like,
I'm just going to shoot this woman that's on the
Yeah.
ground. Why? Right? Like, literally, when you could. Anyway, so this gives Troa a chance to stop Catherine, and she's like, "Troa," and then he opens the door to his like unit for some reason, and then she comes in and just
him
punches
in the
him.
face.
And you know what? He deserves that. And then she says, "Don't you think your life's too valuable for that?" Detonate. She's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "He's just shot. You've never seen him kill someone. He's just shot a whole bunch of shit. Why are you ignoring
You can
this?"
tell this show is from 30 years ago in its approach to like mental health and self-harm, in that her response to get him to stop killing himself is to punch him in the face and be like, "That's so selfish. What about the rest of us who'd have to live with your decision?" He's like, "Oh yeah, okay." It's like how people treated things from another time.
Wait, that's not how you're supposed to treat it, eh? I don't know. I just slapped someone. Anyway, we flip to the next day or something. Troa and Hero are in a truck and they're about to leave, and Catherine just says her goodbyes.
Yeah, she's like, "Hero, you were the one that put this ideas in his head. I won't let you off the hook
She
next
blames
time."
Hero for this. Shocking. I mean, granted, he did do that.
Yeah.
And Troa's like, "Do you know, I should try that."
Yeah.
But Hero's just like, the way to live a good life is to do what you.
Act on emotions.
Act
He
on
says it
emotion.
totally emotionlessly.
Like, he has no emotions. Now this episode finishes with this one. Like the circus guy goes, "I'm sorry." He's going, "He was actually pretty good. He could have
He
been
could
the
have been
best
the best in the business. It's like this guy's fighting some sort of intergalactic war.
Catherine's like, "You have to let kids grow up. We just throw in the circus. He'll come back one day." I'm like, nobody.
Do you guys realize the amount of war going on around you?
Nobody.
Like your circus is not the center of the universe.
Let me just clarify something. Oz troops were at the circus. They found out that at the circus a Gundam appeared and basically killed a bunch of them. So they know that the Gundam had something to do with the circus. So now they're like have a black mark on their name, right? They're marked for probably death or something, right? Because they'll be after them to find, how did you know the Gundam? Who is he, right? So that, and they're like, they're just sitting there going, he could have been the best in the business. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like they're just sitting there like ignoring everything. It's almost.
I mean, the only thing they could say is we were putting on a show, and when we turned around to do the next bit, suddenly a Gundam appeared.
How
And I
long was
have
he with you?
Total
4 months.
deniability.
He was here
No,
for
but,
months.
did anybody see Troa?
Yeah, he's a prominent, like he features in the circus act. You know when they throw the knives?
Yeah.
Like he's there. There's eyewitnesses. So
I know. Best case scenario is like plausible deniability.
no,
But in reality,
it's Oz. This
Yeah.
is all. It's not a normal fucking.
I know.
Like they're basically they are fucked, right? And so just like and they're just sitting there going, "I could have been the best of the business." You've got to let your kids grow up and like leave the nest, right?
The
I'm
nest,
like,
yeah.
what the fuck is wrong with you people? So much stupidity. So and then Zex is just walking away as if he didn't do anything when he basically committed. What is it like friendly fire, right? Even if it was in defense, he has to at least go through some sort of like trial, right? No, nobody cares. And then and he just like and on top of that, he sent like a report to Noin, and he's probably going to be like, because Noin cares about her students, right? Even if they are complete psychopaths, mass murderers, right?
Yeah.
She'll care, and he's going to say, sorry, I had to kill a couple of your students. They were stupid.
Yeah. But I don't know if she's being presented as she'll be like, oh my god, this isn't like the thing that I hold my students up to. Like these two are a huge disappointment. Did I do something wrong?
But even then, she loved like she had a in the beginning when we first meet her.
But she was almost like anti-war soldier at the beginning, wasn't she?
She is, and I think Zex. She's following Zex for some reason, but she cared. Like, see when the Gundams attacked the dorms.
Yeah.
She was pretty pissed, and then she went on her own on a.
Yeah.
Was it an Aries?
But there was something before that she was just like.
I think
she had this thing about acting with honor. I can't remember.
So Zex says, "Are you ready for this?" See when they were going to do the insurrection.
Yeah, because he was worried that she wouldn't be because she's so like honorable normally.
And he should be. He pretends to be.
Yeah.
He isn't. But because he took part in all that.
Yeah.
And he's still taking part in the missions against the Alliance. It's like where does your alliances lie, man? Right? Like, well, I mean, it is with Oz, but he knows that I know that he isn't aligned with Oz 100%.
Yeah.
I know that he's got some sort of plan. But anyway, we're going.
That's what he's like when he was looking at the thing of his parents. He was like, "Forgive me because I'm basically lying down with the dogs, so that
he's not lying with the dogs. Later. He's basically sitting there where his head inside a dog's arse, man. Like there's lying with the dogs, and then there's like wallowing and like rolling around in their shit, right? And just covering yourself in it, and that's what he's like, because he's like dirtied his hands so much, right? And he's killed so many people, not just for Oz, but against Oz and everything. And it's like, you like, where are you going with this, right? And I know he has a grand plan, but I think by the end of it, he's going to do a hero, right? Because like he can't. That's why he looks to Relina, and he's like, she's not dirtied her hands. While at the same time, Relina's sitting there fantasizing about a serial killer hero, right? Saying, kill me! Like begging him to kill her, but also like threatening Oz soldiers at gunpoint and attempting to murder Lady Anna. Like, yeah, she's a peaceful person. So anyway, good times. This episode almost broke me because it was so stupid. But hey, we're having fun, right?
We're having fun.
But anyway, we'll leave it here for this episode.
Good night.
This was...
Good morning, etc.
Episode 13 of Gundam Wing. This is... Did I even say what this podcast is?
Endless Watch. Gundam Wing.
Did I say the Endless Watch at the beginning? No,
we'll never know.
This is the end. This is the Endless Watch. I'm Ashmanix. MemeDoc is MemeDoc.
Bye.
And we'll see you guys next time. See ya.
Wouldn't want to be ya.